I want to bring you my very special guest, Mistress Jodi. You are a dominatrix. This is your trade. You dominate people for a living, and they experience some pleasure as a result of it. So what we're trying to figure out in this case, and we come to you because you know about this is what you do for a living, is where does, like, games that might involve somebody dominating someone else end and a real abuse begin? How do you distinguish between those two things?
Well, it's all about communication. You really just have to be clear with your partner. You have to know their limitations, respect their limitations, and talk about it beforehand. I think this case highlights the importance of consenting adults talking to each other beforehand and establishing those boundaries and limitations before you engage in play.
Well, I understand that Stacy Honowitz is very eager to get into this conversation, so we're going to let her jump in. Stacy?
Listen, I just think that, to talk about this, I think that the fact of the matter is, in this case, what you have is a girl who feels used, who was blown off by somebody, and she premeditated to kill him because he was somebody else. I mean, I know I think there's a fine line between, not a fine line, I think we're just trying to discuss obsession versus abuse. I don't see abuse in this relationship. I see a girl who was obsessed with a guy who didn't want her. I think a lot of girls feel used like she did, and they don't take it to the extent that she did.
Yeah, but listen, the difference is that we're getting inside the bedroom and we're hearing things that they did together, the fantasies. He wants to tie her to a tree and bleep her. She claims that he wanted to have sex in manners that many women would consider degrading. She's supposed to perform oral sex on him in an outdoor place, and then he throws chocolate candies on her. Getting back to Mistress Jodi, hold on a second. Getting back to Mistress Jodi, what would the bottom, let's say, get out of a situation like that? When they're feeling sexual humiliation, why is that pleasurable? Why do people come to you? And I would assume that they're mostly men, but I never want to, in first rule of journalism, don't assume. But why would somebody come to you? What do they get out of it to be dominated and to be humiliated?
Well, it's different for everyone. I can't speak for everyone, but as a professional and the clients I see, a lot of people really enjoy letting go of control. We're expected to do so much in our everyday lives. We have so much weighing on our shoulders, and just giving up that power and letting someone else take control can be an overwhelming and enjoyable experience. And I can't speak for everyone, but for myself and for my clients, I know it's just about giving and taking.
So it's about a power exchange. That's the phrase that is often used, where one person has a lot of power and the other person has no power. But is that abuse? In other words, Jodi Arias is taking their relationship, which involved that kind of thing, her being submissive, him being dominant, okay? And she's trying to turn it into the fact that she was abused, which the prosecution and Travis's family is saying, nonsense, you weren't abused, you were playing a kinky sex game.
Yes, well, it sounds like they didn't really have a healthy relationship outside of the bedroom either. I think that is a priority before sex, healthy communication, a healthy relationship. And it sounds like in Jodi and Travis's case, things outside of the bedroom weren't very good either. So you can't really, use everything that was happening in the bedroom as an example of abuse, or you can't call that abuse.